You know, the saying goes, it always runs best before it dies. And I don't know if that's an actual saying, but I'm saying it now because that's what happened to my McLaren 675 LT. Now, if you guys don't know, my McLaren 675 was the biggest project I've ever had on my channel. It took me 2 years to rebuild it. It was a wrecked car that was red, and then it became a show car that was all fixed up and blue. And I was super, super, super proud of it. And we filmed a series of Car Trek on it, Car Trek 9. And then I realized that I never really registered it. I mean, I've been using temporary tags for its entire life on the road, but I wanted to actually just drive this thing every day. I mean, it's a cool car. I wanted to take it to car shows. You know, I didn't want to have to put like transport tags or temporary tags on it. So I decided to do everything that needed doing on this car, which is like little knickknacks, like little trim pieces falling off, you know, make sure that those are in place, make sure it didn't have any error codes, nothing like that. Now, this car was not stock. It had a custom paint job, had a custom interior, sort of like a custom livery. I wanted to make it into an homage to the McLaren F1 that we actually drove in Car Trek 5. And it was a car that was very, very special to me because it represented something that, like, I built something that I couldn't afford to buy new. That's sort of like the ethos of my channel. So I had this car that was like, you know, 10 out of 10 in my head. Then I modified the engine, which was upped with some power from a tune. We got some bigger turbos, downpipes, exhaust. This thing spit flames. It was absolutely insane. It was faster than a stock one. And I wanted to share it with as many people as possible. So after I did the little knick-knack fixes and just waiting to get this thing to the inspection because it was a salvage title, I wanted to share it with a bunch of people. So it just so happens that I had a week where basically everybody from the UK, all the YouTubers like Shmi and Matt Armstrong and Sam Hart from Hard Up Garage, they all came to my shop. I don't know for what reason, just to hang out, I guess. And I said, hey, you need to check out my McLaren. So I took Shmi out in it. We did like some launch controls. We did some pulls. He really liked it. I liked the fact that he had one and he can compare it. And the jury's out on that. I don't know how he felt about it, but hey, I like my car. Then I took out Matt Armstrong, who's this other YouTuber that is completely blowing up with his rebuilds. And then he loved it. And he said it was actually faster than his twin turbo Gallardo. And then I took out my friend Sam Hard, who has been on VINwiki. And Sam is a very, very good dude. I mean, he'd give you the shirt off his back, and I wanted to give him a nice experience with this McLaren. And we set out, and I wanted to warm up the oil a little bit. Like, the car was a little bit cold. The coolant was up to temperature, but the oil wasn't exactly up to the halfway point. It was like 3/8, but it wasn't like completely cold. So I take it on this road near my shop where we usually just kind of do pulls with cars because it's a completely desolate road. There's no traffic and it's just a straight line for about half a mile. I get into second and then I roll into it. I don't mat it because I know that, you know, cars need time to kind of adjust to things and I don't want to, you know, just blow the tires off this thing. So I roll into second and we get to about 6,000 RPM, the boost starts building, and the car is, you know, you can tell that the car is fast, it's making a lot of noise. And then it feels like the worst traction control in the world just engaged. So it goes like that, and then the car started decelerating, and it sounded like there was marbles in a can behind me. Immediately, I knew something's up with the engine. Something just happened that is very bad with the engine or transmission, and it just sounded like a grenade went off in the back of the car. And then I looked in my rearview mirror, and there was a slight bit of smoke coming out, and I was monitoring this just sort of in slow motion because I was like, if this smoke turns into fire, we are in bad shape because the fuel tank is right in front of the engine. So if something catches on fire there, we got to get out of the car real quick. I have a fire extinguisher in the car. I may try to save it, but I want to make sure that I don't kill myself or my friend. Thankfully, the car wasn't on fire, but the car just basically screeched to a halt. I get out of the car and you can see this giant trail of oil just going back like 300 yards. This is big bad. This is real big engine damage. You can see that the oil was actively like It wasn't even dripping. It was just like you just opened a tap and all the oil came out of the bottom of the engine. Immediately, I call up Jack, my friend who was back still at the shop. I say, hey, the McLaren just blew. Like the engine just blew up. And he, I can hear his voice go, oh no. And I'm like, yeah, you know what? It's okay. Like it still hadn't hit me at that point. But I was like, hey, these things happen. It's a modified car. I probably should have waited for the oil to warm up or something like that. But, it's nobody got hurt. We're not, we didn't go skidding off the side of the road. We didn't, injure anybody else. It's just a car that broke. So they get there, and immediately it's Sam Hard's friend Chiro and Scott Radarosa, who's another YouTuber, and everybody has their GoPros out and everybody's doing their little vlog thing, which was very interesting. And they helped me push it basically a half mile back to my shop, which was in itself no small feat. It was an experience that, one, I wouldn't wish upon anybody because this car it meant so much to me. And it's a car that if you were to replace an engine, it costs more than you think. So McLaren doesn't just sell you a short block, which is like the bottom of the engine with the crank and the rods and the pistons. They have to sell the entire thing. And the entire thing for a 675 is like $75,000. So with a $75K bill for me in the future, that didn't feel right to me. I didn't like that. And not only that, I realized through actually Arnie Toman, who runs Cannonball Garage, they work on a lot of these engines. A 675 in particular, they wanted to make them, like the internals of the engine, as light as possible. And they did that for horsepower, and that's wrong. Because when you do things for horsepower, you want to make them stronger, not weaker, and that engine is really weak. So what happened with that engine is that the rods, instead of being metal, they turned themselves into pretzels, like they were made of bread, and then they just twisted. One of the rods just disintegrated. I don't know where it went. Those engines are just super, super weak. And I found that out the hard way. So if you have a McLaren and you want to up the power in your McLaren, do some engine work. Make sure the engine is built, at least the rods, because then what happened to me is going to happen to you. It's not a matter of if, but when. When we actually got the car back to the shop, I took off the pan. Immediately, I saw parts of the engine just strewn about. So we had wrist pins and rod bearings all mangled up. It looked like a grenade went off. And then we had 3 or 4 holes in the block. Usually blocks in engines don't need windows. They have good enough cooling. That engine, the complete block was toast. It took out my oil pump, took out my coolant, took out my water pump. So now I'm on the lookout for a 4-liter from a 720S because I'm really smart and decide that, now I can go for more power. Now I can make the car faster because if I'm going to spend the money, why not make it, better and then, see what else breaks down the line. Maybe it's my transmission or an axle or something like that. But this is sort of what happens when you have a modified car, especially a modified supercar. Now I'll make a comparison to DD in their 720, and they hoon that thing around all the time. They do donuts and burnouts and launches and all that stuff. They made this this thing into a crazy, I don't know, it had 800 or 900 horsepower. But they broke their block in half because of the same thing that happened to me. Their rods just let go. So they ended up having to do a complete built engine, and that for them was probably $100,000, just looking at the parts that they have. So these engines aren't cheap to build, they're not cheap to buy, and they're certainly not cheap to break. But as far as an experience, having your friends in the car and recording the stuff, it makes it for a lot, it's gonna be expensive.
The Simple Lease from Premier Financial Services is the most powerful tool in the world of exotic car financing. You get all the benefits of a lease, like the tax preference as well as the low payments, plus the benefits of a traditional loan. You can build up equity, pay it off at any time, and along the way you'll know exactly where you stand with their easy to understand amortization table. Premier's amazing nationwide team is standing by and ready to help you own your dream car in a way that's easier and more affordable than you could ever imagine. Whether it's a vintage Porsche, a modern McLaren, or a multi-million-dollar car collection, Premier is here to help. They've been supporting VINwiki for the last 6 years, and we certainly love them for that, but even more so, we love them because they make it easier and more affordable than you could imagine to own your dream car.